Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we are doing another book review. Now today's book review is going to be over Creation Mage number 2, or I think the whole title is Creation Mage War Mage Academy number 2. There we go. It is written by Dante King. It's self-published on Amazon, and the genres are Hamlet and fantasy, same as last time. If you do want to check out the first video, go up here. It should be in the card, and I'll leave it down in the description as well. Now, this is a wonderful sequel to the really fun Creation Mage 1 that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. It took me a long time to get this review out because I got really busy with school, because I am a university student, and I didn't get to, I got to read it really quickly because Dante King gave it to me the day of release. He was like, hey, here, have a copy to review. And I was really happy about that. But I had no time to sit down and record a video until now. This should go up on Monday, Tuesday maybe. But yeah, so the premise of Creation Mage 2 is that the story continues and Justin is getting through school. This book in the series actually does take a step back from all of the crazy, wacky adventures and decides to go deeper into the school aspect. So we do get a lot of fun, wacky adventures, but they are within the context of being in school and being in class and stuff like that, which is really cool. There's a nice slight change of pace. And, it was really enjoyable. So the book follows directly from the last, and we get to see the really cool wizard game, Olympic type games that they talked about in the first one. And it's basically like American Ninja Warrior if everyone was like a wizard, right? And the course was adaptive and it like messes with you, which is really cool. I thought that was a really great fun addition to this story, and it was really original, so props for that. Now let's just jump into the plot evaluation here. So it's super good. I love this book series. I'm really hoping that Dante King releases these relatively fast, one after the other, because if I have to wait more than like a couple weeks for this, I'm gonna cry. This is such a fun story. I really enjoy it. Sadly, I do think that he is working on other stuff right now. At least that's what I saw the other day that I was on his Facebook group. He's working on a few other stories that look really good. So you guys should go check out his Facebook group. It's really cool. But yeah, the plot line here is very clear. We slow down a bit, like I said. We focus more on the school aspect, but it's still really good. It's definitely still that like Harry Potter in college type of feel to it. It's really nice. It's really great. It's just so fun. The basic aspects of the story are like, we can divide it into 4 sections, I guess. The first one is that, from the following of the first book, Justin realizes who his parents are. We get the big revelation at the end. Now it's time for the guys to figure that out as well, and it's really like the first couple pages that happens, so it's not really a spoiler. So all of his frat bros know what's going on, and they stand with him. Apparently there's a lot of interconnected stuff that no one knew about. Then we go into it. The first big problem that is featured in this book has to do with the dungeon. Now, this isn't really a spoiler either, because that was a problem that they set up in the first book with Nigel. Nigel was talking about how regular wizards that are not creation mages have to level up or like gain new skills by going through a dungeon and practicing and then going to an inscriber. And then from there, we move on to the, proper school stuff. They go to a few different classes. They meet a bunch of new characters who are complete asshats, but they're really fun to hate, and the, humor that comes out of the situations are really good. Justin is a smart ass, and it's just so funny. And then, after that, we get the magic game class, which is cool. Harry Potter would have been better if Harry Potter had a class where he was like, you know what, today we're gonna fight dragons for like fun, just because you guys have to. It would have been really fun. And this is exactly what this book provides for us. And then the rest of the story has to do with the magic game stuff. So that's it from there. There was no spoilers. Everything was really, general. So don't worry. I did not mess up anything for you. Now, it was really good. I really enjoyed all of the new characters that we got to meet. The asshats were horrible, but they were fun to hate. We got a new teacher who apparently Dante King is going to put on the next cover. And I'm really excited about that because she's like the succubus character. And I think that's going to be super fun. And the cover's going to look great. What else? We got that Viking dude who has like metal powers, I think, or rock powers. I can't remember. But he looked like a Viking, and that was really cool as well. I don't know if that was supposed to be a callback to Soulbinder, but it might have been. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that because I really am not sure at all, but maybe it was a callback to Soulbinder. And if it is, that's really cool stuff. But yeah, the plot line was great. There was no problems with it. It all flowed well. It was really good because it went from, world devastating type of stuff to, more specific concentrated problems back to, a slightly wider range of stuff, but still directly related to Justin and his friends when they were at the school setting. And then with the magic game stuff, it kind of goes back and forth between, specifically focusing on Justin and his friends and kind of focusing on Justin's effect on the larger world. And I thought it was really well done. Really enjoyed it. Now, the characters here are really good. The same ones from before continue to be great. We get some more development with Allura, the gemstone princess. We get more development with Cecilia of their relationship with each other and like the friend group, and as well as with Justin. So it's really nicely done. Really enjoyed myself reading these things. The new characters are really fun, like I mentioned. And the relationship building is great. It could easily go that everyone's just using each other. They're using the creation mage aspect of Justin to get new spells. He's using them for that as well. But it definitely turns out to be more than that. They care about each other, at least in like some way, which is great because, that should be better. That should be what happens. It makes the smuttiness and stuff a lot better, in my opinion, if there is a connection and if it's not just one night stands and using each other for pleasure. I think that it's really well done when you develop relationships before you get to the smut situation. So kudos to Dante King. But yeah, really good stuff. Really enjoyed it. The new characters were all very fun. I think I should mention them, I guess. I can't remember the teachers' names, but one of them is Succubus and the other one's the Viking guy. And then the crappy asshat guys. The only one that I remember is Arun, who is like this high elf, which is basically what Bradley was early on in the first book. Just toss it over to this new Arun guy and you got the same, type of character. But this one's actually bad, so interesting stuff. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. Now, the world building is good. It opens up a lot more, but instead of focusing on like, the cool magic and the cool creatures, it goes back to more political situations, right? It's about how one group of people hates another, how the Void Wars happened, how that stuff affected everyone, and how different characters interact with each other. And, what effects you have as an individual if you happen to be, of a very high level, right? Or a very high level in terms of socioeconomic power, right? So it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a interesting shift of focus, and as long as the magic and magical creature stuff still ends up being explored, the political aspect will be a lot more interesting, right? Because if you only focus on politics, it's a little boring. Even if it is interesting political happenings, intrigue and stuff, it's cool And it's definitely a huge staple, actually, of a lot of high fantasy, but it kind of gets boring if the backdrop of magic and stuff is not interesting enough. Thankfully, that probably won't happen here with Dante King, because he does have a very good understanding and balancing of the two here in this book. So I'm looking forward to see where it goes from now on. But yeah, pretty good stuff. There's no art except for the cover, and the cover is great, and Wen is on the cover, and I love her. I think she's the best female character that we get introduced to so far. I really like the way she interacts with Justin and the other girls, and I just like her a lot. So yeah, I do hope she's in the next cover as well, but Dante King might decide to just go for one girl per cover, which would be a shame, because I thought that the first cover was really nice. I mean, I liked the second one better because it featured my favorite character, but the inclusion of, more than one character on the cover is definitely much cooler, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's talk about the fan service and the smut, I guess. So it's very good. The characters care about each other. Usually, it's not necessarily love yet, but it will get there from what I understand, the way that the characters are acting with each other. I do think that it'll be like a pretty meaningful relationship between all of them, which is great. Like I said earlier, I do love it when that happens, when it's not just like two people using each other for mutual pleasure. I don't know. I just like it more when there is an emotional attachment between the characters. But yeah, really well done. I did not have any issues with the positioning of the characters in each scene this time. It was very clear, very well done. And yeah, there's nothing more I can say about that. It was really good. I definitely rate this a 5 out of 5. No questions asked. I thought it was great. It was super funny. I really enjoyed it. I read it super fast. Like, he gave it to me, and it didn't even take me a day to finish it. I think it took me like 4 hours or so. I mean, I didn't do anything except read and maybe drink water a couple times the whole time, but it was so good. It was just really enjoyable. I definitely recommend this to anyone that enjoyed the first one. And if you, for some reason, didn't watch or read the first one and you're watching this one, I do apologize for the spoilers, but this is a review of book 2. I can't not talk about book 1. And I recommend that you do check out the first book and read through the series. It's really good. And as always, you guys remember to leave reviews for the creators and let them know that you enjoyed their books. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what I should read next. Or, just recommend something to me that's kind of similar. Thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.